there. I wanted to just show you what I've been working on in these few days that I've had Zorro. In addition to doing some practice and acclimation with the remote collar, I think he's ready for me to start using that for training the next time I'm with him. But I wanted you to see the place command, which is the other thing that we've been working on that I mentioned to you last time Deb and I were over there. So please forgive my head not being in the shot. I wanted to make sure we could see Zorro and the dog bed. So the idea behind the place command is that we pick a designated area for the dog, which becomes the place. The dog, when they start to understand the command, will, oh, good boy, good. I just realized I said the command. So I will talk while I demonstrate. So we say place, and the dog goes to that area, as he just did when I said it. Now, a dog bed can be used, a blanket, anything. I love the cot that he's on right now. It's called a Corunda bed because it's a few inches above the ground. With that few inches above the ground, it helps to additionally differentiate his bed and its barriers from the rest of the floor. A regular dog bed can do that, but there is something about the elevation that seems to help dogs understand, especially in the learning phase. So he goes over there. He can sit, lay down, chew on something, play with something, go to sleep, whatever he wants to do, as long as his forepaws are on there. He has to stay there until I give him the release word that I am not going to say right now. So when I give him the release word, he is free to jump off. Now, what I'm doing here as I ignore him and walk around, I love this. As I walk around, I'm doing what we call proofing. This is really just trying to create some normal activity and tempt him to hop off prematurely before he's released. I will then create even more excitement, like these treats he loves. I'm going to toss them on the floor in a minute. What I'm doing is creating excitement. Right now, in the quiet of this training room, me walking around at first was excitement. Me putting treats on the floor was a little bit higher level excitement. Now I'm going to toss the treats. That's an even higher level of excitement. The idea here is that we gradually layer a little bit of excitement, a little more, and then a little more, and then even more still, until we start doing this outside where people are going by, pedestrians, their dogs, even more excitement. Then we introduce Coco into the room and he has to stay there with Coco. And we will do this for her too. But we build. It is a slow and steady process. And oftentimes it is 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Now, you see how he's hanging his head over? I don't care about that. Pick your battles. All right, so here we go. I'm going to throw some treats on the floor, and I will probably have to give him a little auditory cue. But here we go. So the up, up, up. Good. So I think you can see some of these treats. There are treats all over the floor, and I am tossing them. Now you hear that I gave him a little bop, bop, bop. If he were to get off the bed right now, bop, bop. If he were to get off the bed right now, I would just put him back on. I wouldn't say anything to him. So right now, treats, I've got treats scattered all around the room. And he has to stay on that bed. So we are building impulse control and we are creating a job for him. If we do this if we do this consistently, yes, I don't give him another treat, then the idea is that we will build this up into impulse control that will allow us to put him and or Coco in place, and they will build up enough impulse control over a couple of months that we can completely manage their behavior. As if they were in crates, but they're not. Bop, bop. Now, I should say, this is a very long time for him to be in place. Break! Good boy! So the fact that I had to go over a couple of times and just put a little spatial pressure on him, no big deal. There are treats, which he is now enjoying. There were treats all over the floor, and he was holding his position. That is a great start. After 3 days for him to be doing that is excellent. I'm really pleased with him. But I wanted you to see what we're working on, and as we go along, every chance I get to work with him, I will send you more video that shows you how much his impulse control is increasing and how much he's learning to settle. When a dog has mastered the place command, you tell them to go to place, and they just camp out. They don't even think about getting off. So that, of course, takes time, but now you have a visual. All right, over and out.